GMO versus selective breeding. What is the difference? We'll take a look at both of them on this edition of Hippie versus Jock. What is GMO, also known as a genetically modified organism? A GMO is the result of a laboratory process where genes from the DNA of one species are extracted and artificially forced into the genes of an unrelated plant or animal. The foreign genes may come from bacteria, viruses, insects, animals, or even humans. What is selective breeding? Also known as artificial selection. Selective breeding is the process by which humans use human breeding and plant breeding to selectively develop particular phenotypic traits by choosing which typically animal or plant males and females will sexually reproduce and have offspring. So what's the difference between GMO and selective breeding? The difference is, with selective breeding would be like me taking Lee Haney and Linda Murray, having a kid, and bam, you probably will have an ultimate bodybuilder. GMO is like me taking, let's say, Ronnie Coleman and I don't know, the most muscular animal you might be able to find, and mixing in bacteria or whatever the hell else you feel like sticking in it and mutating them together. So essentially one is created in the lab, which is GMO, with stuff that generally won't mix, and selective breeding is basically taking two of the same species, male and female, putting them together. In Mother Nature, they actually will and can mix. So that's the difference between the two. Are phytonutrients increased through selective breeding or GMOs? I actually just recently did a video a while back, and it's called "Are Fruits and Vegetables Less Nutritious Than in the Past?" You can actually take a look at it, but long story short, they're making things different, sweeter, changing them, but no, the vegetables aren't more nutritious because they're actually, I guess, going towards taste, and people like sweet stuff, and the sweet stuff actually is not necessarily always a good thing. And basically in the description, here's what I wrote. Funny how vegans, vegetarians, and omnivores are fighting about what we should be eating. When I read this stuff and find that literally it tells you that the nutrition in food is being bred out. The real fight is over real food, not whether it's meat or veggies. Both of them have their place in health. And I actually have the URL below, and this versus Jock /SY. So the other question is, do GMOs increase crop yields? I've actually spoken to more than a few farmers, and I've seen more than a few documentaries. And as much as people like to say that GMOs increase yields, from what I gather and what I've read from actual people I've spoken to in farmers markets and in watching documentaries, that's a load of crap. So rather than me go back and forth about what GMOs are, I have more than a few documentaries that you're more than welcome to look at. Hopefully you find some terms and are able to look into some of these things for yourself. First documentary, The World According to Monsanto. Second documentary, Genetically Modified Food. Third documentary, The Slow Poisoning of India. And here's some other documentaries, and honestly I don't remember whether some of these are like GMO related, but they are food related. The Future of Food, Food Inc., Eating, the second edition, Food Matters, Salmon Confidential, Seeds of Death, Permaculture, A Quiet Revolution, and those are all the documentaries. So if you guys are basically willing to take a look at some of those, I'll see about putting some links in the description. A lot of this stuff I have, but I won't put it up because obviously it's not my stuff and I don't want to run into any copyright issues. They already shut one of my channels down for me simply discussing GMOs and putting stuff up the way I was. So we don't want that to happen again. So I'll put links down below. I actually took and have a lot of them from when Google Video existed. When I found out they were shutting Google Video down, I made a lot of documentaries that I actually have sitting on an old hard drive. So that's it. Hopefully you guys take a look into some of the stuff yourself, and thanks for watching.